You're going to stay right here and do what you're supposed to do. Be my wife and Davey's mother. And I'm not asking you. I'm telling you.
Well, don't you think I feel terrible enough without you yelling at me?
How do you expect me to react?
I know it must look like I don't care about Davey, but you know I do. I thought your granddad would be home. I mean, it's not my fault, it's just the way it worked out.
That's great. Just the way it worked out. That'd be some consolation if Davey was dead.
No, don't.
Well, it could have happened.
Now would you don't? It's all right, darling. Mummy's here.
Oh, at last.
Just shut up, would you? I know what I did was wrong, but just shut up.
You're not going to take that job. I mean it.
I'll settle him down.
Hi. Dinner on?
I haven't got round to it yet.
Right, then I'm taking you out.
Oh, what's the celebration?
Nothing in particular?
Don't worry about me. I was going out anyway.
Good. I called in the recruiting office today, put in my application.
I see. So dinner is to soften me up.
No, I had a chat with Martin while I was there. He said you hadn't made a fuss about me deciding.
Oh, what you do is your business, darling. Not up to me to interfere. I just hope it turns out the way you want it.
Well, that's great. You're not minding, I mean. If I get in, I should just make it for the next intake. Have to do all the medicals and tests and so on over the next couple of weeks.
Well, that'll be exciting for you. Join the Air Force, see the world, all that stuff.
Probably won't. Well, I'll go and get ready. You decide where you want to go and not too expensive.
Right, darling.
Well, you go off the deep end about him joining up. You are against it, aren't you?
Of course I am. There's no sense in pushing him. It just makes him more determined.
So you're just letting him go ahead with it?
Well, there's a 10-week get-out clause. I should be able to come up with something during that time to convince him that it's better for him out here.
Can't see why you should bother. If the Air Force is what he wants, why not just let him have it?
Quite simply because I think he's got a better future with Ramberg. As far as I'm concerned, he could go right to the top there. Can't see him doing anywhere near as well in the Air Force. Well, I'd better get ready.
I wasn't expecting to be so late. I'm sorry.
As it turns out, it's okay.
Yes, well, when I think what could happen to the little kid. Well, you know what it's like. You get talking. I met a couple of interesting chaps that'd just been back in New Guinea. Oh, that looks tasty. Thanks for keeping it warm for me.
I never would have gone if I knew you were going to be more than 10 minutes.
Yeah, well...
Like I said, it's over now, so don't worry about it.
Anyhow, how come you left Davey on his own at all?
It was only going to be for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, 10 hours, what's the difference? You shouldn't leave a little kid out of your sight for a minute.
It would have been fine if the cat hadn't been in.
Oh, that's not the point. It was very irresponsible of you, Lynn. Something terrible could have happened to him. It just goes to show you shouldn't be doing this modelling nonsense at all. You should be home here with your family.
Oh, don't you start.
That's what I've been telling her. She reckons she's going to take some new job now.
Oh, another one, is there?
Yeah.
I have had enough of other people's opinions. All right, I shouldn't have left Davey by himself, but that doesn't mean I'm going to do it again. I'm sick of you all using it as an excuse to stop me working.
She's upset, doesn't she?
She's a pretty upset girl, Kevin.
Yeah, I know that.
Mother's having the devil's own job trying to calm her down.
But she should have been
I know. Look, she knows she did the wrong thing, but it doesn't help to keep harping on it. Victor?
Well, I'll go and see her then.
No, that mightn't be a good idea, son. Let Muriel calm her down a bit first. She'll be back in a minute or two. Like you, there's one thing I will say in her favour. She didn't know the cat was inside. They would have left David alone for a minute if she had known. No, there shouldn't be a cat around anyway, not with a baby in the house.
Yeah, well, I'll have to do something about that, won't I?
Cat or no cat, it wouldn't have happened if Lynn had been there.
Or if you'd come back from drinking with your mates a bit earlier.
But you'd never drop.
Anyway, that's beside the point. That cat's still a menace.
Nothing wrong with the cat. She didn't know she did wrong. It's past the tea time, too. I've got a nice tin of fish for her. Kitty, come on, Clancy. Kitty. Come on.
Oh, there you are, love. You feeling a bit better now?
Thanks, Dad.
Good. I'll leave you to it then. Your grandfather going to be about for a while, is he?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't mean to upset you so much. I'll go and see Jill tomorrow. See if we can do something else with Plan C.
Pity. She's a nice little thing.
Yeah, but Davy comes first.
Plan C? Kitty? Where are you, you stupid cat?
It's very silly not to take you when they're so keen, Lynn.
Well, I know, Mrs. Collins, but there really is no way I could, honestly.
It's a big opportunity for you.
I know, but I'm sorry.
Very well. Your decision. Bye.
Good on you.
I didn't do it because of last night. I'd have loved to have taken it, but I just couldn't.
I'm pleased you didn't. Whatever the reason.
She just explained it to me. It'd mean I had to go to Surfers Paradise for 2 weeks for photographic sessions and fittings. And then it was overseas for 3 months.
Oh, what?
She didn't tell me that yesterday. Oh, it'd be wonderful, but for a start, I could never leave Davy for that long. Or you. Even though you do think I'm a lousy mother.
Hey, come on, you know I don't think that. We both got angry last night. Look, I tell you what, if you want to keep doing small jobs, that's okay by me. Just as long as they don't interfere with us.
Doubt if they'd be interested in me now after turning down that.
Well, if you're as good as they reckon, they'll change their mind.
You sound pretty fed up.
Well, I reckon that's her problem. I have to go out for a couple of hours, pick up a part for Dad's truck. I'll be back for lunch, okay? I don't like us arguing.
Me neither.
Lynn, have you seen the pliers anywhere? The clothesline needs tightening.
No, I haven't.
Oh, what's for lunch?
I've only just had breakfast.
It's nice to have something to look forward to. I wouldn't mind a few slices of that ham that's left over when you get around to it.
Thank you, Richard. Bye-bye.
Who's that?
Richard Coleman, filling me in on what's happening in Sydney.
Ah.
The board are trying to talk Paul out of selling his shares.
To be expected, I suppose.
Nuh-uh. He's not backing down. They go on the market tomorrow.
Well, how about that? Nice to have things work out the way I want them to. Life at Ramberg will be a lot easier without him around.
You know what you should do, don't you? Buy his shares. You'd have the controlling interest in the company that way.
It's impossible. I'd have to sell off almost every asset I possess to pay for them. And can you imagine how Gordon and Fiona would react? They'd try and block me.
They couldn't if they didn't know you were after them. If you split your purchase, you'd be home and hosed. Buy some in your name, some in mine. You'd never get wind of it.
Darling, I'm not silly. I enjoy my money too much to throw it away.
You wouldn't be throwing it away.
Wayne, if you think you're going to get rich on my money, you can think again.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Collins, but Kevin was out for a while.
Oh, what a pity I've missed him.
You'll never convince him to let me go. You'll have to find someone else.
Tried that already. I rang the client the moment I'd spoken to you. But it's you or the deal's off. So you see the position you've put me in.
Well, it's such a pity, but I can't.
Now, don't be so hasty. That's why I wanted your husband here. The client was going to cancel until we both came up with an idea. If you accept the job, you can take young Davy.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't keep my eye on him long enough.
Just a moment. The client will provide a nanny for you, fully qualified.
No, I couldn't, Mrs. Collins. I'm really grateful for everything you've done, but I couldn't leave him with a complete stranger.
Quite frankly, Lynn, I've talked myself hoarse trying to interest the client in another girl. But you are exactly what he wants, and he'll bend over backwards to get you.
Well, that's great, but I just feel funny about a nanny.
Fine. Well, there is one other alternative. Kevin comes instead.
On the trip?
Surface and then overseas. As I said, the client's keen.
Well, that's incredible. That's the best news I've had in ages. Oh, thanks, Mrs. Collins, he'll flip.
Suckerman C.
Yes, Sue.
Oh, hi. What are you doing here?
I just thought I'd drop by and see how you're doing.
I'm fine, thanks.
Did I interrupt something?
Well, I was just about to have a bite to eat.
Don't let me stop you. Hey, it's a nice little place you got here.
John found it for me.
Good taste must run in the family. It's the sort of place I would have picked for you.
How come you dropped by here anyway? Doncaster's a fair drive from Elstonwick.
Well, not when there's something worth it at the other end. Like lunch.
No, it's not. I mean, it's not worth it. It's only leftovers.
I miss you.
Okay. What were you doing at home anyway?
I wasn't, as a matter of fact. Tech.
Oh, what were you doing at tea?
Graphic arts.
Sounds interesting.
Don't lie, I bet you don't even know what it is. Well, I'm pretty good at it, but it doesn't grab me much. I didn't know what to do when I finished my HSC, and, well, it kind of appealed to me at the time.
Whatever happened to ambition?
I've got ambition.
Oh, have you now?
Doesn't hurt to know where you stand.
No, not at all, except you'd have to wait for 3 years or so.
You mean you couldn't take me seriously?
Do you expect me to?
Give me time.
I must admit, it'll be fun watching you. You really like to use that smile of yours, don't you?
Why not? It usually works.
Oh, boy. John really didn't know what he'd let me in for, did he?
Oh, well, some of us are just lucky.
I won't tell him you said that. Why don't you eat your sandwich before the bread gets stale?
Oh, boy. The Stampard hadn't arrived from Sydney. I had to wait around for it.
Guess what? I've got the best news. Mrs. Collins called while you were out.
What did she want?
I reckon you'll change your ideas about modelling now. You can come.
What are you talking about?
On the trip to service and overseas, you can come. They'll pay for it. Isn't it fantastic? We both get a trip for nothing and I get paid for it.
No way. Not in your life.
Well, why not?
You've got to be joking. There's no way we're going to drag Davey all around the world at his age.
But Kevin...
I said no, Lynn. I don't like any of your crummy modelling friends, and there's no way I'm going to spend 4 months with them.
But it's such a good opportunity for me.
What about me? You don't think about me, do you? We're supposed to be married. I've got just as much say as you.
Doesn't feel like I've got any say.
I'm not going, Lynn, and that's that. Besides, I couldn't leave my job.
Oh, come on. It's only temporary. By the time we got back, you'd be ready to start in the bank.
You can talk until you're blue in the face. There's no way I'm going flying all over the world, living off you and carrying everyone else's bags. So you can ring your precious Mrs. Collins and tell her that.
You're being so unfair.
I don't reckon I am.
Any chance of lunch now?
No.
Still can't get used to the way people talk about football down here.
You Sydney lot talk about your beaches all the
Yeah,
time.
but they're good.
And so's footy.
That's John who'll brain you for being here.
Take him on any time.
Oh, hi, Kev. Come in.
G'day. Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were visitors.
Oh, he's not a visitor. He's a desperate.
Oh, thanks.
Haven't you two met?
No, should we?
Oh, Kevin, this is Peter Healy, Martin Healy's son.
Oh, right. John's brother.
That's right.
No, I'm John's brother.
He's a lucky bloke, isn't he, having both of us?
Yeah.
So, if you're both finished, can I do anything for you?
Yeah, we've had a bit of trouble with Plan C.
Oh, what's wrong with her?
Oh, she's fine, but she got into the bassinet with Davey while Lynn was out, and we're a bit worried, you know.
Oh, no. Is Davey all right?
Oh, yeah, he's fine, but we'll have to find somewhere else for Plan C to live, sorry.
Oh, no, you can't have that happening again. Well, I suppose I can sneak her in here for a while, till I find somewhere else for her to live.
What is it?
Oh, she's my cat. She's beautiful. Kevin's family have been looking after her for me. I've got a cranky old landlady here.
Well, Dad and me can look after it for you. We're both animal lovers and we got tons of room.
Oh, I don't know.
You can have full visiting rights.
It's a long way.
Will you be going there anyway? With John?
Well, I suppose so.
Fixed then. Where is she?
At home.
I could come by this afternoon and get her.
Are you sure?
Would I have offered? How about 4 o'clock?
Yeah, right, mate. Thanks.
Pleasure.
Something on your mind?
Yes, been giving some thought to your suggestion. Could be a good idea.
Of course it is.
I think it'd be worth putting myself in hock to get control away from Fiona and Gordon.
Thought it might appeal to you eventually.
I'll purchase the shares and split them between us. As you said, it won't attract too much attention that way. I have to cash in those investments you made for me, but it'll be worth it. And you can wipe that grin off your face, Wayne. I am well aware that once you had the shares, you could sell from under me and walk away very wealthy, but I wouldn't try it because I'd ruin you.
I wouldn't dream of it. I'm far more interested in the power they'll give me, thanks very much.
I'll advise the brokers to get rid of enough assets to pay for them.
It'll be worth every penny.
Oh, I'd love to be there when Fiona and Gordon find out I've got them under my thumb.
Now, you mustn't yell at her. She won't take the slightest notice if you do. You've got to get down and call quietly. Here, Kitty. Or, here, Plan C. She'll come like an angel if you treat her right. Just like a dog she is.
Gotcha, Mr. Palmer, no worries.
And don't overfeed her or give her anything between meals.
Right.
I'll get her basket.
Where's Lynn, Grandad?
Oh, I don't know. She looked a bit down in the mouth. She went off somewhere with young Davy. I had to get my own lunch.
Ball and chain getting a bit heavy for you, Kev. You wouldn't find me tied down. I like to get up and go when I feel like it.
No, we're having a bit of trouble at the moment.
Like fighting or something.
Yep.
Life's too short for fighting. Why waste the good times? My dad and my brother Adam were always at it. Dad wanted Adam to join the Air Force and couldn't take no for an answer. People should just get on with living instead of making hassles.
Yeah, it would be easier, wouldn't it?
Here we go. The girl's bed, eh?
Oh, dear, I see what you mean.
Oh, I hope you don't mind me coming, Mrs. Hamilton.
No, of course not. I'm flattered you think I could help. Must admit I was surprised to see you, though. I don't suppose anybody at home knows you're here.
Oh, no, I just left. Well, what do you think I should do?
Well, from the way you've explained it to me, I get the feeling you've made up your mind already.
Oh, I don't know.
No one has the right to stop another person from doing what's best for them, if they're going to get on in the world. I think you might have realized that already. If you feel so strongly about it, I don't think you've got any choice.
No.
All I'm doing is telling you what you've already decided. Well, it's what you want to hear, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so.
However, I would prefer it if you kept my name out of it. I don't think it'd do either of us any good if you mentioned me at home.
Found it hard concentrating on my work today, thinking about it.
You're like a big kid, aren't you?
Well, I talked to my careers officer today. It's amazing how many tests they put you through.
Oh, I suppose they have to. I mean, they could hardly stick you in a jet and expect you to fly it if you weren't too bright.
I mean, that sort of thing.
Oh, medical tests. I know what the Army put you through. I suppose it'd be the same for the Air Force.
Yeah, I realise I won't be around all the time while I'm doing my training.
Oh, I'll be okay. I've got someone on standby anyway. See? Know all the airline terms.
Very funny. What do you mean you've got someone?
Oh, I've got you thinking now, haven't I?
Go on, you can't make a joke like that and get away with it.
You said it was a joke.
Come on.
Your brother.
Kevin?
No, the other one.
Peter, you're kidding.
Ray came over about 12:30 today, conned lunch out of me and tried to chat me up.
You are kidding.
Well, he wasn't that serious, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yes.
No, he's too young for me anyway.
Is he? What does that make me?
At least he doesn't try and tickle me all the time.
Well, he'll have to answer to me if he does.
I'm just popping down the street for a while, lads. I suppose Lynn won't be too long before she's home to get tea.
I wouldn't think so. I'll get it if she's not.
All right, you are. With your mum and dad away, we have to look after ourselves, don't we?
He seems a nice old codger.
Yeah, he's okay. What was that you were saying about body surfing?
I do a fair bit of it. I do a bit on the board too, but it's so far down to Bell's Beach.
You go down there?
Yeah, but not very much.
I've never done body surfing. A quick dip down at Black Rock or something like that's about as close as I get. Wouldn't mind being able to, though.
Oh, I'll teach you if you like.
Hey, that'd be great. I'm not even too good a swimmer, actually. I could save myself, but that's about it.
Well, you should be better than that. You never know when you might need it.
Oh, that sounds like Lynn. Come on, Nita. Hi. Wondered where you got to. This is Peter Healy, John's other brother.
Hello.
Oh, Lynn.
And Pete's going to smart me up with my swimming.
Oh, that's good.
I I'll be making tracks now, Kev. I'll get Plan C settled in and fix my dad some dinner.
I'll give you a hand.
No, it's right. I'll see you later. Yeah?
Yeah, right, and thanks for the favour.
No worries. Couldn't let Jill down. See ya.
Where'd you go?
Just out. I was having a good think.
What about?
The trip.
I thought we cleared all that up.
No, Kevin, you thought you'd cleared it up. It's a chance most girls would kill for, and I'm going. If you want to come, that's fine. It'll be great. But whatever you decide, I'm going. If you don't like it, well, that's just too bad.
Love is very strange. It can come and go. It can happen when you are young or old. When it comes from nowhere. When it comes, it changes your life. Sons and daughters, love and laughter, tears and sadness and happiness. We will find out our sons and daughters are what we two were once about. Sons and daughters, love and laughter, tears and sadness.